There's more to hybrids than MPG, and some of them aren't very good. We've driven, tested, and rated just about every hybrid on sale, so we know the best.
Fits like a glove.
And we put them in a list, and here's a list. You knew we were going to mention the new Prius. Toyota gave its hybrid hatchback a major makeover last year, and honestly, it's kind of hot now. Bussin', as it were. I'm really 40. Beyond the looks though, the Prius is one of the best hybrids on sale. It's so good, we named it Edmunds' top rated car for 2024. The infotainment is modern and easy to use. There's an all-wheel drive variant. Toyota includes great driver aids as standard, and it's actually enjoyable to drive. And it's incredibly efficient. But you knew that part already.
If the goal was to make the Prius more powerful and a bit more engaging to drive, mission accomplished. And Toyota has also done that without really sacrificing efficiency, which is impressive. So they've added power to the equation, and you still get roughly the same fuel economy as the last generation, which is a win on both fronts.
Of course, nobody's perfect. The little screen for the gauge cluster is placed just right for the steering wheel to block it. And the new hot look comes with a smaller trunk.
Toyota actually had an old Prius here for us to try out the cargo room, and I was able to fit this set of golf clubs in there with very little problem. So I'm going to try to do the same thing in the new Prius and see how it goes. Let's try to jam that in there. What if we take these out, because who needs those? And then fits like a glove.
Before we move on, I gotta throw a quick shout out to the Honda Civic Hybrid. It's not on sale yet, but we drove it a few months back, and its smooth engine and available Google infotainment will definitely give the Prius some strong competition.
Hey Google, find me some lunch.
Okay, there's Lucky Star Cafe 0.3 miles away.
Obviously, the Civic now has Google built-in integration, just like they have in the Accord. And it's fantastic. We love it in the Accord. So that means you get the voice assistant, you get Google Maps. All of this is phenomenal tech for a car like the Civic to have. The problem is that every single thing I just mentioned is specific to the top trim level of the Civic. So if you want the best tech available, you have to buy the most expensive model.
Now, why don't you do both of us a favor and hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss the Civic versus Prius video. I know you want it. I do too. If you want something with a little more space and prefer a sedan, Toyota also debuted a new Camry this year, and we're big fans. Every version is a hybrid, and the base model is only $500 more than a Prius. The interior is a lot nicer than the old model, the ride is plush, and like its hatchback cousin, there's an all-wheel drive option too.
The biggest compliment I can pay this car is that this is the closest that a Camry's interior has ever been to a Lexus.
If we had to complain, and car journalists love complaining, the seats are a little firmer than we'd like, and the plastic on the dashboard kinda looks like a beard trimmer. Hey, the Camry might not be your thing. And if that's the case, the Honda Accord Hybrid just might be your thing. There's tons of space in the rear seat and trunk, plus the whole design is handsome, but understated. And it actually drives great too, but there's no all-wheel drive availability and only higher trim levels have the hybrid engine, so the cost of entry is a little steep. Hey, I hear you. You need to prioritize cargo space though. You can't beat an SUV, and thankfully there are plenty of hybrid options. The Kia Sportage Hybrid is our top pick and the winner of our Edmunds Top Rated SUV award for the past 2 years. A quiet and roomy compact SUV that's only around $1,000 more expensive than its gas twin. Kia's screens inside are huge, and a lot of folks on staff like the distinctive exterior design too. There's also a plug-in hybrid with 34 miles of electric range.
The ergonomics are fantastic. Even though the screen might look like it's far away, I can actually easily reach it from my driving position without having to lean forward. Something that's kind of hard sometimes on these very wide modern screens. Also things that we like, the back seat, pretty comfortable even for adult passengers, and it has a lot of recline, so you can even take a nap back there.
Now, if we had to nitpick, the only real drawback is that annoying panel of touch buttons that Kia uses for both air conditioning and media controls. It's a cool parlor trick, but who cares? You could also check out the Sportage's cousin, the Hyundai Tucson. Hyundai and Kia are part of the same parent company, so these two vehicles have a lot of similarities, including the same powertrain and same platform. The Tucson's comfortable front seats and smooth ride stood out to us when we drove one. Remember when we were just throwing shade at the Sportage for having that row of touch buttons that do HVAC and media controls? Well, it's not in the Tucson, but instead you get all the buttons, which is equally as annoying, unless you're a sick DJ. As much as we all love those compact options, if you need seating for more than 5, they're not gonna work, and that's where the Grand Highlander comes in. Now, Toyota dropped this bad boy in 2024 as a larger alternative to the standard 3-row Highlander, and having driven the thing, I gotta say, I'm a fan. It's hugely spacious inside and rides comfortably, plus the standard feature set is generous, and the MP holy G's are great considering the size of the thing. That said, there are 2 hybrid-only options, and neither is perfect. The base version, it's a little slow, and the more powerful option isn't all that efficient. But don't let that discourage you. It's definitely worth checking out, and in the end, it's on this list for a reason.
It comes with this very nice standard 12.3-inch touchscreen, as well as wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Spread across the cabin are USB charging ports for all 3 rows, and we also like Toyota's native navigation. The navigation system here actually integrates the results from Google, so if you search for something, you can see its star rating and get additional info like the phone number all through the native navigation. Starting up front here, you have this nice bin in the dashboard for the passenger, and in front of the shifter, another large storage space, and the center console, also pretty big as well. Also, at each of the 4 doors, you're gonna find pretty large door pockets, and for the 3rd row, each of those passengers gets 2 cup holders and even a spot to put your phone.
Of course, if you are looking for the ultimate 3-row family car, it's not an SUV, it's a minivan, baby, let's go! And we have to give props to another Toyota, the Sienna. It's one of few minivans with available all-wheel drive, and until Kia announced the forthcoming Carnival Hybrid for 2025, the only conventional hybrid in the segment. There are tons of family-friendly features, including air vents, which are great for rear-facing child seats, and the interior of this thing is bigger than my apartment. You park this puppy in the backyard and you have a rental ADU. But it's definitely on the slow side, and grabby brakes can make it difficult to drive the Sienna smoothly. Plus, you can't remove the 2nd-row seats like you can in some other minivans. While the Sienna is the only conventional hybrid currently available, there is a plug-in minivan that's been around for a few years as well. For those of you who don't mind charging at night, you're gonna love the Pacifica plug-in hybrid. It has a bigger battery and stronger electric motor that can deliver 32 miles of range without using any gas. Talk about the savings! And it qualifies for a sizable tax credit too. Don't you dare sleep on the Pacifica. The YouTube man yelled at me. Thumbs down. I'd yell at me too. Now, minivans have their own kind of utility, but if you want to tow and haul with a hybrid, you can't beat the F-150 with the Power Boost V6. The Power Boost is the most powerful F-150 short of the Raptor. It actually makes more torque. And after spending a year with one as part of our long-term fleet, we found it to be a dependable workhorse and a super comfy daily driver. It also has powerful outlets in the bed, good for tailgating, camping, job sites, even power outages. We just wish the hybrid was available on lower trim so the cost of entry wasn't so high, but at least it's a no-cost upgrade for the nicer models. Now there's one more hybrid truck on the horizon, but it's very different from the F-150. We're talking about the Ramcharger. Now Ram's upcoming pickup variant is a plug-in like the Pacifica, but with a huge battery, way more than any other plug-in. It'll also have over 600 horsepower. Whew, that was a lot of hybrids. Now look, none of them are perfect, of course. But as the folks who have real hands-on experience with nearly every hybrid you can buy, these are the ones that we would recommend. Do you think we missed anything? I'm sure you think we did. Just let us know in the comments. Also, are there any hybrids you're looking forward to? Well then, like I said, talk amongst yourselves down there below, and please leave us a like and subscribe because we love what we do. And until next time, have a good one.